Welcome to Satsang. So many beautiful faces. It's stunning tonight. Especially stunning. Samantha, you are there. Lovely. Great to see you. So, as far as I could see, we are a lot of countries gathered tonight. Germany, Austria, UK, Lithuania, Mexico, Italy, as far as I could see. Oh, I forgot. France. I saw France. And there are 8 people without video, so maybe Russia is also here tonight. So, Lila, hi.
Hi. I'm not sure if you can see me normally. It's getting dark. I have a question. I have difficulties with keeping a focus on myself when I interact with people, when it comes to work or relationship or any kind of meaningful connection. I really struggle with refocusing back to myself. I give myself away very easily, and at some point I cannot even realize what am I, where am I, and I'm getting observed in connection in other person. Do you have something to say about it?
Why do you want to change it?
Because it's getting difficult to to arrange my life the way I want to, because I don't know what I want. I end up losing myself completely.
And why not losing yourself completely? Could be the best solution. I have a feeling you don't want to do it completely. That's your problem. You want to control your life. And your conditioning gives you the impact that control is not possible in that way as you want. It's a help to give up any control. Why should you control anything?
Yeah, maybe it's just an idea too.
Of course, it's just an idea. Because you think about it.
But sometimes I find myself in the situations, for instance, at work, when I'm getting asked, like, what do you think about this and this and that, this deal? What if we sell this? What if we buy this? And I find myself speechless, and my mind goes blank. It's too much attention, too much of an ask. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really hard for me to find myself and to actually say something from myself, like, I think we should do this and this and that.
If you could say something from yourself, it would be good. But you want to say something from yourself, not from yourself. That's the problem. If your mind goes blank, this is fantastic. Everybody wants that. So be blank in your mind and wait what comes from your real self. Be ready for what comes from truth, not from your mind. It's an extraordinary pre-state that you have already. It's not bad. It's close to what it should be.
So
you think you should contribute to your situation with very clever ideas from your mind, but that's not needed at all.
I used to be very good at it, but I cannot do it anymore.
Yeah, lucky you. Congratulations.
Thank you. But I was already thinking to test myself for dementia or something crazy. Yeah.
Oh no, that's a very normal and natural way to become emptiness that you are already, of course, but to become aware of that. Emptiness doesn't think and doesn't speak. Emptiness just observes. So when you allow that, then you can observe even words that come from your mouth, which are beyond of cleverness, which are really wise, really to the point, because they are not from you, not from your personal you, from your real you, yes.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Even in psychology, it is if you really know about it. It is known that in your deepest weaknesses, in reality, your greatest strengths are hidden. So if you want to explore that, then you can read Alfred Adler, who was one of the three founders of modern psychology. Freud, Jung, and Adler, these three guys. So Alfred Adler pointed to that issue the most. And that's really good to know. So please never be unhappy if you have weaknesses or if you have incapacities, if you think you cannot do something. In that, the doorway lies to enlightenment already. Because enlightenment is that you give up all your strengths and your powers and your knowings. So when you are already aware that you cannot do something, or you lose it, or you're lost it, or you're not capable of it, then you can devote to that into the depth of enlightenment. You don't know that this will be enlightenment, of course. That's the problem for the mind, because it's unknown territory. But anyway, enlightenment is unknown territory. You cannot help it. The mind has to jump into a big hole of emptiness without knowing whether it comes ever back. And for sure, it comes not back if you really jump. So what stays is the framework of your mind and all your items that you can remember. Your memory is there, and you recognize people. So it's not dementia. It's your person filled with pure consciousness, with the wisdom of the moment, which is divine wisdom. So it's being the glove of God, finally. So this image put by the Christian saints very often is one of the best images that you can have. Just be the glove of God. And nothing less. And nothing more. Nothing less either. So if you are not the glove of God, just a glove with nothing in it, that doesn't help anybody. But if you are the glove of God, if you are the divine power, if you are the helper of the Shakti, of the moving power of Shiva, then you will lead a fulfilled life. And then you will always have the feeling that you're contributing to happiness and fulfillment of mankind. And you will not have the feeling that you lost yourself, because you lost yourself already. You already died, even spiritually seen. And you became fulfilled by the true spirit of what you really are. The big, great self, as Ramana says, or the Christian consciousness, like the Christians say, the Christ consciousness. I would like to know if Russia is there. Anybody there from Russia? Please raise your hand and give me a sign. Yes, that's true. Sorry, I never put you into the Russian box. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're such a cosmopolite for me. Can I say that? Cosmopolitan? Cosmopolitan.
Hello, Shanti.
Hi, Dakini. So wonderful to see you. I have a fly here.
You too. I didn't expect that you were going to call me up here, but I'm happy to be here. I'm actually experiencing right now something that I don't understand, but that is touching me very deeply. And maybe you can shed some light on that.
What exactly touches you?
As you know, my grandfather passed away about 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I have his picture here on the wall in my bedroom. And it's not just when I see his picture, but whenever he comes to me, it's not tears of sadness that I'm crying. It's actually, I feel very held.
Yes.
And like everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strong.
Wonderful. What is the question about it?
I don't know if there's a question. Maybe you could shed some light on my experience. I don't know if you have experienced something like this before.
Sorry, I didn't hear you well.
I said, maybe you can shed some light on my experience. I don't know if you've experienced something like this before.
Me? Yeah, I did. The same with my grandfather.
Yeah.
Yes, and with some other relatives too. So they just, when you had a good connection while they were alive, you have an even better connection when they have passed away. Because they are in a refreshed state. They are not old and weary. They are young, ageless, and full of power now. And they really connect with you and give you the feeling that you have. All the dreams you have about them are real encounters on the astral level. Yes. It's one of the miracles of being human. One of the best experiences I have and had on the human level of being. This love that prevails beyond all the borders, even the border of death, which does not exist really. And it touches us deeply, fulfills us deeply, and makes us so happy.
Thank you, Shanti.
Welcome. Cannot hear you, Agne.
Hi, do you hear me now? Hi,
Hi.
Shanti. I want to ask you about intuition. What does intuition means for you, or if you can explain a little bit more? How does it serve, or it just how does it happen? Does it happen like first in some space and then the information like gets to you, or is that you know something and then it happens later? What is the intuition, and what is it like how it's serving for something or not?
Is it possible for you to bring the camera on eye level?
Yes.
Then we have a good feeling of looking into each other's eyes.
Okay. Is it good now?
Better?
Better? Okay.
You're looking at my face?
Yes, now directly to your face.
Uh-huh. Okay. It's way better than before.
Okay. Okay.
Intuition is a ego version of the wisdom of the moment. But it's not pure because the ego is still mixed in. The ego mostly in the sense of subconscious tendencies, belief systems, judgments. This is disturbing the pure intuition, which, if it was pure, would be the wisdom of the moment. So sometimes intuition gives you a very clear sight, especially in dangerous situations, because guardian angels are around normally and help you to see clearly. So help you to fade out the ego because it would not serve you. But if you want to use intuition for your ego purposes, then the guardian angels don't interfere, and then you can learn that intuition that you want to use for something does not work. So intuition is not for your ego. It's an inner call for devoting to the so far not known depth of yourself, to come into contact with your real self. So much better is to come to a state of living in this moment and perceive what this moment gives you in a true way. So the moment always gives you itself in a true way, but can you also perceive it? That is the question. So if you can see the truth of the moment, this is pure. This is not intuition anymore. This is the enlightened version of intuition. You can put it like that.
So then in the moment everything is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're not like enlightened, so you just presume. For example, sometimes I do have these feelings that something may happen and I take precaution measures, like if I speeding or I just can sometimes be more careful. Like you said, it's probably some guardian angels. I don't know what is it, but then it means it's just it is in the moment, and that's it. Like for me, it's not clear all the time. I'm just feel the emotion, or feel something, and I just don't know what is it. Yeah, but I get it. It does not mean anything unless not fully there in the moment.
I wouldn't say it like that. It
Okay.
doesn't mean anything is not correct as well. So it means something, but it's not pure.
Okay.
Only in extreme situations, mostly it's pure because it saves your life. And the invisible helpers are there. One example, for example, how the truth of the moment works very precisely. Before all the quarantine things, quarantine is the right word? I don't know. The quarantine laws came over us and made us sit at home all the time. So exactly before it came into action, before we knew about it, I ordered my shapshis, buy a 2 weeks supply of food and water for me, bring it to my house, including firewood and all this, so that I can be self-sufficient for 2 weeks. So on the very next day, the message came that from now on, we should stay at home. I didn't know that. And it was so precise. And it was at the same time very easy. There was no stress. There was no intention. There was no fear, no problem. It was just, oh, do it now. That's all. It's without saying and without pushing it, without saying it's important, because it had no importance. It was just the flow of the moment, but it was so precise, incredible.
Nice.
And nobody was in stress. Everybody just did it in the flow.
Yeah.
And the first 2 weeks here in my place were quite demanding because nobody knew how to manage how this will go on. And after the 2 weeks, everybody knew how to deal with it. So we could go shopping and no problem anymore. These 2 weeks were so good to have a supply at home without thinking about where comes the milk from and all that.
Yeah.
Do I have
That's
enough
right.
water and that?
That's right.
So life cares for you in an incredible, precise and loving way when you can perceive the truth of the moment.
Thank you.
Welcome. So there's another aspect of why being in contact with the truth of the moment is so important for a life without problems and fears. Because you can always rely on that truth of the moment will give you the right ideas and the right impulses when needed. Can you see this implications? What this is for your life? That means if nothing comes to your mind, nothing is necessary. So you can just relax. So if something is needed, truth of the moment will tell you. So you can totally relax and rely on the truth of the moment. That gives you a absolutely peaceful life without problems and fears. So relying on this moment totally is the key. It's the key to a peaceful and free life. in a practical sense, I would say it's not possible to give up the thought of future totally yet. It's not yet possible because most of the people you have to deal with are believing in time, in past, present, and future. So you cannot get fully rid of that. You can just put your priority on either this illusionary thing or into the moment. If you put your highest priority into life in this moment, this is absolutely enough. Don't try to erase the thought that there could be a future, because you have to deal with the future in a planning sense, because all the people are expecting you to plan for the next days, weeks, even years. If you are working and not living solitary on an island, you have to always fulfill expectations about future. So you have to deal with that concept. You cannot just neglect it, but you can live in the moment and deal with the concept. Don't live in the concept, only deal with it. Hopefully that is a good expression in English. If not, tell me. Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Shanti.
So great to see you.
Yes, you too.
Right.
Been a while. 10 years.
Yes.
My first satsang.
In Berlin. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember well.
Me too.
So in which city are you? Are you in Mexico City now?
No, I'm at the coast. It's called Puerto Escondido, like hidden port. The sea is behind me, even can't see. But
Wow.
yeah. So I just wanted to ask Shanti, I felt like in this time, and I kind of had this death experience where you just surrender everything that you were, that you are. And in this big transformation, there was a part of me that evolved with that death somehow, which is a part that is that I've always had to heal people, right? To assist with healing. But then there was this other part that was a big part of me before that. And it was a part of me that was an artist, right? And that painted. And now that I have come out of this, I am more and more into the healing and into teaching and into serving. And all my life in that, it just flows. I don't have to, I don't think about it. It just happens. But in the painting part, in the artist part, it was like I felt like I didn't have enough energy for both things. I had to go more in one. And now I created some space for myself to paint because I really miss it. A part of me really misses that expression. And now I have the place, the time. And I'm terrified of painting again. Like, I don't know. It's like if I had forgotten the language somehow, because I feel like I am somebody completely different. I don't know. And I don't think about this, for example, when I do any healing or in all that, everything just flows. And I could assume that the same would happen with painting, but I kind of take a step back, and I don't know, I guess I just wish that these two parts of me that they come into a place where they melt together. But I still feel this opposition or this force or this different kind of energy that I have to use to go into that. So I just wanted to ask if you have any advice in that.
Yeah, I have. I had a very similar situation with my awakening.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to become very, very much an artist before, besides my other things, but I had an own room to paint, and it was a great passion. I was quite good. Would have been such a wonderful thing. And then the awakening came. And I started teaching. Still do. I neglected everything in the last 20 years just to be in service for mankind. Neglected all my abilities. And when I thought about it, it was sad. When I didn't think, it was no problem. So you can learn that thinking always is a problem. Especially when you cling to something, when you have an attachment to abilities, to old passions. It would be so nice if, but it's not there at the moment. Come to peace with that what is, and don't worry about your ability of painting. If life wants you to be a painter again, it will happen. If life does not want, it will not happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter at all. You already had this joy of painting. You don't need it anymore. If life needs it for some reason, it will use it. But you are not anymore allowed to use it. And that's the pain.
Mm. Yeah.
It's the old Samantha. Not allowed to exist anymore. Has to be totally new.
Yeah. I was saying that to God. I was like, do you want me to paint? or is it just me? You know?
And what did she say?
I don't know yet.
Maybe it's coming through my words a bit, what God would say. Because the guru normally is also one with God. So you can take me seriously. You don't need it. If life needs it, it will come. You won't forget it. It will be even better. Even after 10 years, if you restart, it will be so great. But it's not for you anymore.
Yeah.
So if it's not for you, does it matter if it comes or if it doesn't come?
It's just this like nostalgia, like this attachment is last.
Yes. So get rid of the attachment by feeling all this pain of saying goodbye. It's not necessarily a big pain, can be a sweet goodbye as well.
Yeah.
And it's not a goodbye forever. For sure not. You have this ability and this passion in your system, and in the next incarnation, if it's needed, it will come up again. For example, with me, I'm extremely good in music normally if I do it. But I was prevented, life prevented me from doing that from the very first beginning of coming in touch with music. My first music teacher at school was such a fool. He totally spoiled my love to music. Then I said to my parents, I want a piano because I would love to play the piano. And they said, no, we don't have money for that. In those days, it was realistic not to have money for a piano. And so I didn't play the piano. So if I would have been allowed to start playing music on a piano, I would be a pianist, piano player, and not a satsang teacher. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Life is very clever and it knows exactly how to guide us to the right direction.
Yes.
And I don't need to be a piano player in this life because I was already a piano player in another life. So when you come to that, if it opens up that you already had it, then the attachment totally is gone.
Mm. Yeah. And it's also like a freedom somehow too.
In what way you mean it's a freedom?
And I guess it was like, or it is, or it was like the last thing kind of, yes, like remaining from my old life. And yes, like pulling me somehow into that, out of this now. Yeah.
Cannot really follow your words. Out of this means what?
Yeah, just to be at peace with that, for, to be in service, that it's okay. Yeah.
And that gives you freedom. That's what. Yeah. Absolutely. So if you would really stop producing piece of arts, I would miss it as well. But
I know.
not such a deep attachment to your art as you. So for you, the goodbye is heavier than to me. Also, I would feel some pain. But what comes instead will be much more incredible work, I'm sure. And if there will be a fusion, we will all welcome it, of course. Be ready for life, as always.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for participating in this talk. I'm so happy to see you.
Me too.
It's very precious to me. It was my first satsang with Mexico. Mexico means a lot in my in my world, because my awakening came through Mexico, as you all know. If not, read my website. Next question. Hi, Nadia.
Hi, Shanti. So happy to see you.
Moi aussi.
Very good French.
Merci.
De rien. I have a question. How to say that? About the different parts inside of us, and how to most of the time, not most of the time, but they can be not agree, and how to understand them, and to know how to deal with them. You know, if one part of you want to go out and another part want to stay, and how to deal with this inner conflict sometimes. And it is perhaps one time we say yes to one part and no to another, or starting to talk with them and to understand what could be the better way, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Don't talk with them. This can have a very embarrassing outcome.
Could be.
At least don't let people see you talking with your part.
Better.
We all know that these parts are there, and within the ego conditioning, it's totally normal. It's no problem. But none of them is the real voice.
Mm.
Don't listen to the parts, to none of them. Use your 5 senses, perceive what is there in this moment. This is guiding you in an incredible, precise, and wonderful way. You don't need these parts. They dissolve anyway. When you stay spiritual, they dissolve. They are not real.
Mm.
Only your consciousness is real. And consciousness is perception. So stay to that. Stick to that. Be truthful to that. It's you. Nothing else is you. So on a practical level, if one part says, I want to stay at home, and the other part says, no, I want to go out. So just don't give a damn on both. Listen to what the moment tells you. Watch yourself. What will you do? Just watch it. Will you stand up, get dressed, and go out? Or will you just even more relax and switch on some movies? You will see. It will be obvious for you, for your perception.
Obvious by the fact that my body will decide. It's not the good word, I think, my body, but when you say you will see, well, you mean the intuitive thing, or the first thing when I will stop thinking?
I don't mean your body decides something. Your body is just an organism of flesh and bones, basically spoken. So it just reacts to what life wants. Life is who decides. And life, you cannot see life. Life is expressing itself through all the actions or non-actions. Also through your body, but not only through your body. It expresses itself by a party that is going on somewhere, and you are not participating. So it's expressing in two places at the same time, but you are only in one place. So life decides whether you join the other place or not. You don't decide if you are wise. If you're really spiritual, you don't decide it.
It comes to you.
Yeah, only egos decide crap. It's always crap, what they decide.
But sometimes there's so much crap at the same times, and it's like there is no place to hear the real consciousness behind, so much noisy. And I don't even sometimes can make the difference between ego or real or real how to say that, une vraie envie, real want to do something. Sometimes that's why I think it's hard for me to get the what you're saying about the what life wants for you now, just now, how to listen to it and to really feel it without having any doubt, or perhaps it's like this, perhaps it's not like this. Too much thinking, I think.
Say it in French again, please.
Des fois, c'est tellement, il y a tellement de choses qui se contredisent entre l'ego, si j'ai envie de sortir ou pas sortir, ou de faire ci ou faire ça, que j'ai du mal à vraiment me connecter à qu'est-ce que la vie veut vraiment, qu'est-ce que j'ai vraiment envie de faire. À un moment, c'est tellement bruyant, il y a tellement de pensées que je sais plus ce que j'ai vraiment envie de faire, en fait.
Mm-hmm. Don't listen to the noise. You don't need the noise. You don't follow the noise. You just neglect it. If the noise is too much in your head, then just use your eyes.
Just use?
Use your eyes. Les yeux.
Oui.
Yeah. The eyes don't hear noise, right? So use what is not affected by the noise in your head.
To look at something or to...
Yes. Root yourself in the optical perception when the noise is very much in your head and you think you can hear it even. Not really acoustic, but it's close to acoustic. Can be. So switch the sense. Go to the sense that is not acoustic. For example, the feeling of your body. Feel where you are sitting. Breathe the air. Feel the air into your body and breathing out. Feel it going out. Watch what is there. Watch the light. Watch the objects in your room. And this roots you down so that you can slowly get an escape from the noise in your head. And then in this calm, you can observe yourself again with your eyes and with your body feeling. Will you move to the bathroom and make yourself ready or not? There's no decision and no doubt involved. You can doubt it, but you will see yourself moving. If you're moving, it's without any doubt. You can doubt before, should I move or not? Should I go out or not? Then you can doubt it. But when you're already moving, when you already are dressed, then you cannot doubt that you are dressed. You can then doubt the future again. You can say, oh, I'm dressed now, but should I go out anyway? Should I now go out, or should I undress again? So life can be so complicated, I know, but
Yeah.
but in the end, if you just be with the moment, being dressed for a party in your room, and don't think, don't doubt, just watch what will happen. And then there's a true tendency coming through your body movements, walking to the door, going out of the door, then without any doubt, you are moving to the party. Before that, you don't know it. That's right. Nobody knows it. But life already knew it. Your mind does not, but life knew it. So just observe your life. Don't think about it. And another practical hint is go more for the nice feelings. It's kind of a recipe. If it doesn't feel good, normally it's not true. There are exceptions, many exceptions, but now for your phase of spirituality, it's a powerful tool. Don't force yourself doing things that are not feeling good. Exception number one, maybe the biggest exception, is if your guru says something and you don't like it, that's the exception.
So easy.
And then in the end, when truth gives you an impulse and your ego doesn't like it, this is another exception. But mainly, truth is giving you a good feeling. If ever possible, truth does give you a good feeling, not a bad. The bad feeling only comes from resistance from your ego, not from truth.
And perhaps a few exceptions about make your room tidy or stuff like that, because it's better, even if
that's no exception. No, this is a perfect training ground. Tidiness of your room and of your dishes, it's absolutely a fantastic training ground for everybody. Can you stand the mess until it's true to clear it up?
Yeah,
Yes, it's very precious to stand it until truth says now cleaning.
And why it's good?
Sorry? Why it's good?
Yeah, why?
Because your mind will tell you much earlier than that you have to clean everything. Yeah. So the mind always gives you a should. You should do that. You should do that. It's never true. The should is never true. If you are cleaning, then this is true, not before. And it doesn't matter how messy your room is. Nobody cares about that. Only your mind. And give a shit on your mind. You don't need it. Perceive yourself in a natural, true way, living your life. And I promise to you, you will never get, if you do that, what I say, you will never have a really messy room or flat. You will not have it.
Because you listen to your...
A little bit untidy maybe, and not everything on its place, but that's normal. People are like that. That's human. If there's too much order in your room, it's very suspicious. Something is wrong with you. I don't mean you.
No, I know.
In general.
I haven't tidied your room, so don't worry.
No, even from a psychological point of view, if a flat or a house is too tidy, something is wrong. Somebody is compensating something. It's not human to do that.
Okay.
Too tidy. I mean, extreme versions.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Grand plaisir.
À bientôt, Shanti.
À
Merci.
bientôt. Ah, is it Kokila? Wow. Hi, Kokila. You made it.
I didn't know I was going to be there. Hello, Shanti.
Wow.
Oh, I'm so happy
Wow,
to see you.
California calling. I'm very happy.
I think I got in a little late today. I have the time wrong or something, so I didn't know if I should push her to speak or not.
You cannot imagine what joy this is to see you here.
Oh, I am so happy to see you. I thought, well, even if I don't get to, for you to see me, although you said you wanted to, so I wanted to do that. When you were just speaking with the other woman, I was laughing because sometimes I'm sitting on the beach as much as I can. I'm sitting on the beach for an hour or 2 hours, and suddenly I'm standing up and I'm leaving, and I'm like, I guess I'm going home. You know?
Exactly. That's the way it is.
Yes, that's very interesting. Yeah, it was surprising, but interesting to hear you say that, because I'm getting more and more able to rely on that. But
Yeah, definitely.
wonderful.
So great.
Yes.
What a life, sitting at the beach and watching yourself standing up, going home.
I know. And I can trust that. And so many times people are asking, oh, do we have free will? And I think, well,
What for do I need it?
predestination,
Yeah.
and you trust, it's a pretty good state to be in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you need a free will? What for? It's just for doubts and for decision issues.
I know, that's what I thought. Well, it means, do I, this little person, want to decide, or to let the universe decide, the one that created me, you know? So, yeah. It feels wonderful to be able to
Yes.
live like that, to be. And I thank you so much.
You look fantastic.
Oh, for 80 years old, huh?
Yes, that's amazing. You're a great example for all of us.
Oh, well, I'm so fortunate and blessed to be healthy and to have had the opportunity to travel and to be in India and to have so many wonderful helpers and masters. And, yeah.
Wow.
What a wonderful life. I've been very blessed. So
yes, you are. So I
and it's so nice to see on Facebook Advaita and PR and Shiva and everyone always saying hello to me, and you make me all feel so much part of the Sangha. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. You have been always, and you still are part of the Sangha. It doesn't mean how often you show up. Can you hear me?
It's so wonderful to be able to see you again. It's been about 3.5 years, I think, since I saw you in Montreal. And
yes, I think so.
A long time, but you're always with me.
I can feel that, really.
Yeah.
Wonderful. It really touches me deeply.
Me too. It's wonderful. I was on Zoom twice before, and I don't know, I was very resistant. And the first couple times I was there, it was like, but I think you answered the question. I was very uncomfortable, but I think it was because I felt like I had to say something, but I didn't know when. There were so many people, and all I really wanted to do was be there and empty and observed, you know. So, yeah.
So in these cases, you were not with me. You were with other groups?
Pardon?
You were
Oh,
with
with my family.
okay. Mhm.
Yes, it was wonderful. I mean, one of my nieces was supposed to get married April 4th, and she had 3-day plans. We were all going, and of course, it was canceled. And then they decided to get married in a field in California, and spur of the moment. And my sister went and took videos. And so the next day, there were many of us, 20, 25 of us from the family, from all over the country, and on with my dear niece and her husband, and it was really wonderful to be there. But I was just uncomfortable feeling I was supposed to say something.
And now you're doing so well.
Pardon?
Now you're doing so well saying something.
Oh, I'm having a little trouble with my hearing, and but I'm doing great with the lock-in. It doesn't change my life too much. I'm living next to my daughter and her husband, and they're taking care of this little baby who is 9 months now, and I take care of him. He's the wonderful joy of my life. I've never had grandchildren, so this is just a wonderful experience watching him from the time he was 5 weeks old till now. So it keeps me very much in the moment.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's so joyful. It's just a blessing. It's a gift.
Yeah, maybe it's me.
But
maybe it's me.
Maybe it's you.
Yeah. Keeping you in the moment through this little baby.
Oh, yes. You've helped a lot.
Look into the eyes of the baby, and then maybe you recognize me sometimes.
Oh, I love looking at these beautiful eyes. We look at each other's eyes, and he loves me so much, which is wonderful too.
Yeah. Speaks for that, everything. This all speaks for what I'm feeling. Doesn't matter. Everything is super okay.
Yes. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank
so
you so much, Kukila. Keep on being like that, and I promise very soon I come to San Francisco.
California. Well, we need you here desperately in this country. Oh my God.
I know. Yeah. Now time is ripe. It was not ripe until now.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Namaste.
Namaste. All my blessings to California.
Thank you. Be great. Okay.
Feels like a call. Call of America. Anushka thinks I will come to play with her on the terrace. Of course, she cannot see what we are doing here. Akini,
Hello again.
you want to play with Anushka?
Very much so.
Okay, here she is. Okay.
You caught me so beautifully in the moment before, and then the call. I moved out of the panel and realized, wow, he was asking for Russia. Maybe he had something to say, so I wanted to come back. Thank you.
I had a question on my mind. I even was about to put it. I wanted to ask whether somebody from Asia is here. But as a true Russian is also from Asia, you appeared again. So we have a Eurasian American connection today.
Beautiful.
I love it. Last time we had a connection from Portugal to Moscow. This time we have an even wider range of energy spreading over the globe, not the globe, over the planet. How far is Nazaré from Lisbon? Lisbon?
About an hour and a half drive.
Ah, very close.
Yeah.
Because one day I want to see this big wave surface there.
Please come. It's spectacular.
You have seen it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very, very beautiful.
If I imagine a wave that is coming to the shore that is over 30 meters high, it must be beyond the mind totally to see that, to feel this energy. And people who are surfing that, they would say they are training for enlightenment already. Next incarnation, enlightenment.
Next incarnation. That's a good one. On the day that I went there was actually no surfers because the waves were too high.
Too high, really?
Yeah, they break the waves with jet skis.
Yes.
And crush, and the jet skis couldn't go. It was too much. Yeah. That's special.
How is Pumba?
He's good. He's very good. Very happy. And always home, so he's very happy.
I can feel it.
Okay.
One day, Pumba and Anushka must meet.
Yes. Yes, I would love this. I have to say, I feel very happy for this coronavirus situation right now, that we have these satsangs happening and so much connection.
To what extent we should feel happy is not to be seen yet, but it's much more than we think. It's such a blessing, all this. Like a global retreat. Everybody staying at home and realizing things, coming to peace. Never heard anybody complaining about this situation. Did you hear anybody?
Not in my world.
Not in my world either. Everybody is totally happy with the situation. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, really. Thank you so much, Shanti. Such a blessing to be here with you, and also everybody here on this video call.
Yes, it's lovely to be with all these wonderful people here. We would never had done this without Corona. Not never, but not very soon, at least. So,
Thank you, Shanti. Should I liberate the space and if someone has a question? Thank you.
hi, Matt.
Hi, Shanti.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well. I had a question that just came to me, so I felt very inclined to ask. On this journey of awakening it seems that we can access information from books and teachers, but that there's maybe a danger of over-intellectualizing this.
Yes.
And my question is around striking the balance to ensure that perhaps we don't fall into that trap, and how we may go about that.
You know, the over-intellectualizing issue only is there if we avoid something. If we avoid the direct meeting with truth. It's a form of escape, of a form of resistance to real life. I've had it here and there that students, especially old ones, who think they have so much experience on the spiritual path and they read so much, then they think they know everything already, and then they cannot make it because they are in a parallel world of knowing. So to avoid this trap, the old pattern of the guru-disciple relationship is the best way. Because in the old days, there were no scriptures. There were just people who were enlightened and others who were sitting in front of them, which is the pure Upanishad. And then they spoke or they chanted, but they didn't write, they didn't read. It just had a normal human interaction. That is the best way. Only if you don't have such a reference point, such a human being that can be with you, or you can be with that human being, which is enlightened, you can go for scriptures. And the best way is scriptures which are fresh. So it's more easy to get a glimpse what they mean if they are writing from your time, not the old guys. So it's very difficult to understand the Bible. It's difficult to understand the Vedas. So I cannot recommend to only use that. Additionally, okay, but not only. So get books from enlightened people from nowadays if you want to read. One of the extraordinary books that I had is the book of Gangaji. You Are That. That's part 1 and part 2. If you can get it, this is amazing text, amazing information. But if you can see Gangaji in person, it's even better, of course. So only if you cannot go there, read something. But you have a variety of gurus you can choose nowadays because there are so many now. So you don't really need books anymore. Just go to satsang.
And just whilst we're on that topic of talking about modern day spiritual teachers, I found Michael Singer to be incredibly inspirational. And have you come across his work?
What's his name?
Michael Singer.
No, never heard.
I just was curious. And would you recommend, Shanti, obviously looking for teachers within our lineage?
Sorry?
Would you recommend looking for teachers to learn from within our lineage?
You have already a lineage?
Oh, no,
So you don't have a personal guru yet?
no.
So what is your lineage then?
I was just referencing your lineage.
But you said our lineage.
Yeah.
Could be a hint.
Yeah, I think I already feel like I belong. So
yeah, so do I. I don't think that you have to look for something now. You already found it.
Yes, I believe so. Thank you.
Alessio.
Hi, Shanti.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. You are from Italy, is that right?
I'm Italian, but I'm in London now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a question for you about obsessive thinking. I feel like on certain aspects, and when there is maybe more attachment to it, I tend to really have a sort of an automatical mind that takes over. And the only thing I can do is to observe it, because I really have no other, I don't know how to control it. It just takes over, and it comes with a lot of powerful emotions that are difficult to manage. I would say it's sort of anxiety, fear, and I cannot really tell you more.
It's enough. I already know what you mean.
Thank you.
So you want to stop it, or what is your intention?
I would like to make it less powerful, perhaps, because it makes it difficult for me to go for anything in a way. I often can find myself more comfortable in, I would say, almost hiding in some cases. And maybe now it's a good moment for that, but I know that this has become a bit habitual for me, like a reaction,
Mm-hmm. So the best thing that you can do, you are already doing. You come to satsang. Satsang is like the wall that stops the racing car. So grace is doing it already, just because you are part of the satsang. And it might take a little bit time, but this is not because life wants to let you wait, but it's because life is also gentle and don't want to overload you with something new in a very quick way. So it will be in a very gentle way. It will come to an end from now on. And you can help this process by just contacting truth as much as you can. By, for example, what you're just doing, or going to a satsang where real people are there after the corona thing, and reading books where truth is shining from, meditating, watching yourself inside, or meditating, watching things outside. So you can come closer to the fire of truth. And that's what is helping to calm your mind down.
Thank you, Shanti. It's very nice to meet you.
Very nice. Yes, for me too.
Hope to see you soon in Rio.
Yeah, fantastico.
Take care. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye. yeah, was very touching tonight. And I can feel such a peace all over the earth. When I feel into this screen, I feel you all, where you are in your countries. And what I feel is incredible peace. It's so wonderful. Good night.